We're live. We're live, people. Cool. What's up, everybody? People just joining in. What's going on? Well, right now, I think we just got one person so far. What's up? Okay, let me. Everybody in chat, I'm just sharing right now on Twitter, but what's going on? What's going on? Alrighty. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody's Friday going? Can everybody hear me? Am I loud and clear? Let me make sure. Let's see. How's everybody's Friday going? Thank you to the notification squad. Shout out to everybody. Just coming out of work. Let me make sure this is up. Okay, perfect. Perfect. We good. Just want to make sure. But shout out to everybody just joining in, coming from work, from school. You still in work or school, or you just been chilling. It's the nighttime for you, everybody that's out there. So some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know that One Piece is I believe One Piece is on break. I didn't see there was a One Piece chapter unless I missed it or something. So that's why there is no One Piece discussion, but no chapter review for One Piece today, I believe. But we're gonna talk about the big three, some of the discussion we've been having lately about just generation gaps, I guess. And I actually have a video that I have planned already, so it's gonna kind of be a precursor to it about the big three and what people are looking like nowadays, what it is nowadays, because people just won't let go of that term for whatever. I personally have felt for a while now that it should just kind of be done away with, because the big three already, it was a thing. We should have maybe like the generation of miracles, a la Kuroko no Basket, or just something else for this new generation, but people won't let it go. So if we do have a big three, really, what is the big three right now? What are y'all thinking in the chat right now? What do y'all classify as the big three at this point? Because to me, it seems a little bit like you gotta kind of go with these titles, because these are the ones that are consistently throughout the years continuing going. And it's usually big three is Shonen Jump stuff, because Seven Deadly Sins and Fairy Tail were popping, but they were never a part of the big three. So what do y'all say right now is the big three? Is it the Promised Neverland? Is it a lot of people still on Food Wars? What's big three right now? Tell me what y'all opinion is. Let's see. I'm looking at the chat right now. Shout out to the person that gave me these swaggy glasses. I needed an update on the glasses. New big three. Let's see. Someone said new big three is Black Clover, My Hero Academia, and Promise Neverland. All right. Someone said, let's see, we got Fairy Tail, we got Black Clover, we got My Hero. I'm seeing a lot of Black Clover in My Hero. I see Dr. Stone in the house. I don't know if y'all can see right here. Dr. Stone, I'm starting to get into that bad boy. Dr. Stone is, I read the first couple chapters, but man, I just enjoy it. I ain't gonna lie, and I really got to get up on it. Dororo, I got something coming. I might be giving y'all some really awesome stuff on Dororo. I'm working on that, but I got a bunch of videos. I've been working hard. I don't know if y'all see the setup change. I actually have dual cameras right here. Kind of to change things up a little bit. So I got a camera right here and a camera up there. So the videos, you're going to be getting different angles just to kind of spice things up a little bit. I'm working hard. I'm trying to give my best so that y'all get the best content possible and the most entertaining content. But back to it. So let's see what the chat is saying right now. We got Naruto already ended. Naruto, Shield Hero. So, and mainly what I'm talking about is right now, because right now Naruto is indeed over. If you was to put anything in the big three regarding Naruto, you would have to say it's Boruto. Just saying. Okay. By the way, shout out to everybody that's just joining in. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Honestly, I just been feeling really good, feeling really blessed. I just like to throw in a little bit of my personal things, whatever. I've been feeling really good, feeling just regardless of what life throws at me, I got my family, and I ain't gonna lie, that makes me so happy. Having breakfast with my family, easily the best thing that I enjoy throughout the week. It's just those are the moments, just being with my family. So shout out to everybody that's with their family. Shout out to the people that wish they could be with their family, because it's hard sometimes when you're not with your family. It really is hard, and I feel so blessed to have my family. So shout out to everybody doing their thing. If you ever just know, eventually you do your thing, you will see your family again. So I just want to throw that in there. So now let's talk about Big Three. And for this portion, I'm gonna do like in case you missed, because this is episode 3 of Fornever Friday. What I do usually is I do like either a $5 minimum, so that way we stay on course. Especially, I got bad memory. If you follow any of these streams, I got bad memory, so I'll lose my point if I constantly am interrupt or anything like that. So just want to throw that out there as well. So that being said, the new Big Three. Honestly, you see the thumbnail. It is pretty much a different breed. If we're going to call it Big Three, it is a different breed, okay? It is a different breed now because it is a change. One Piece and what is happening, I'm going to put, for example, something that you can understand of why this new Big Three is the way it is, even though it still includes One Piece, because the Big Three, in my opinion right now, if you got to put it, it is My Hero Academia, One Piece, and Black Clover. Those are the 3 ones in Jump. Those are the ones that you definitely see that they want to make that happen. And honestly, it's kind of already started to happen. Black Clover now is getting a lot more respect than it's ever gotten. My Hero still trucking along. I hear that. And again, that's why we don't have a My Hero review today either. My Hero has actually started to get a little bit better, but My Hero Academia had a downtime and stuff like that, but still My Hero going strong. And of course, One Piece, the legend that never lets off, One Piece is still doing its thing. And to me, Big Three is going to continue to be, obviously, if the term has to continue, shonen-based, battle action oriented. So honestly, even though we've seen like people are like, yo, but what about Haikyuu and stuff like that? But yeah, Kuroko was probably arguably bigger than Haikyuu has been. And that nobody was saying that was a part of a Big Three. So it's always gonna, or at the very least for the time being, going to be kind of, a part of the mold that was set forth. So now going back into the whole thing of One Piece, people are like, but it can't be the Big Three with One Piece because One Piece was a part of the previous generation. Well, this is a part of change and we're in a whole new era. If Dragon Ball would have continued, if Toriyama would have said, hold up, no, I'm going to keep going, or shall I say, if he wouldn't have stopped, period, Dragon Ball would have been right there with Naruto and Bleach, or Naruto and One Piece. That would have been the Big Three of that era. But it was because Toriyama said, yo, I am out. Toriyama, if y'all don't know about Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, that dude, when he's done, he's done. He don't play around, but he's also a funny guy, because, just side note, like I listened to little interviews behind the scenes about this guy. This guy, he was working on like storyboards for chapters like the night before, like classic man. But you see, I'm getting back off topic. Honestly, Big Three again, it's My Hero, Black Clover, and One Piece. It's just a change. This is just a new era, because people keep on forgetting that there's generations. It's not all the series, or how can I say this? There's different eras of shonen manga. You see the different looks of it. Dragon Ball right now is basically it came back in a time of need, to be honest with you. I think Dragon Ball came right at the right time, because if we look back chronologically at what was happening, remember, at the end of the day, this is all a business, of course. This is all about, them trying to create revenue and whatnot. And at a time that I lost my train of thought right now, bam! See what I told you? My train of thought. Sometimes I even lose it, but pretty much getting back to it. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. My memory lapses. While my memory lapses here, if anyone can remind me what we was on, I'll read the chat. You see this? I'm a hot mess, baby. I love doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I love live streaming. Do your research. Boruto is doing good in ratings. I love your content. Thank you, John Lee. I appreciate you. The best 3 are Hunter x Hunter. What's the new Big Three? Somebody said dance. Y'all want me to dance? Oh, nah. What do you mean dance? Dance? Yo, Hermasaur. Oh, my dude. Hold on. I gotta go back up. Oh shit. I'm losing my place. Okay, that's my dude right there. Shout out Hermasaur. I believe, right? Like Bulbasaur, Hermasaur. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. My memory today. It's hard to say what a big three is now for me personally, but love a lot of series for different reasons. Much love Fornever. Hope all is well. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the donation and shout out to that's a cool ass dude. Like he reminds me of how I was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I was coming up in YouTube, and he makes some really dope content. So shout out to that dude. We got to do some Black Clover stuff. He's a black. If y'all like Black Clover, that dude does Black Clover stuff, and he's on it. You were talking about art of shows and shonen changing. Yeah. Okay. So for example, Fist of the North Star was the big muscular look or whatever, and then it went to Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball, they had muscles too. But then now we're in the era where they've slimmed down everything. Dragon Ball changed with the times. Once you got to Battle of Gods, and that was the first big canonical release for North America of Dragon Ball related content or whatever, you see that the art style changed. And again, that's all a reflection of everything. And this all goes back into the conversation of Dragon Ball is kind of like, if I was to put it into perspective, and this goes into another conversation for a different video about Bleach, but Dragon Ball is kind of like a really cool sensei that came back in a time of need when, this is what my earlier point was, baby, we back. My earlier point was when Naruto just ended. Mind you, Naruto had the stronghold on the North American market. No one's gonna tell me different. Thank you, Daniel Neff. Keep it up whenever you're doing great. Don't have much time right now because I'm gonna lose my train of thought. But Naruto was just finishing up, and bam, the market was dry. We had a 6-month period, I believe, we had to wait for. If it ended in November of 2014, then we waited up until what was it, April, to get the spring mini series or whatever. And that was a drought. And or no, it might have been even around June or something like that. Right around the time the Naruto spinoff ended, bam, Dragon Ball Super's first episode airs, starts getting things heated up. So Dragon Ball came at a time of need when North America was losing big juggernaut. Bleach was right around the corner. Just 2016, then Bleach went out the window. And that, again, was a part of the big three. So Dragon Ball hanging around is more so like a cool grandfather in a sense. It's kind of like the sensei. Like, you don't want to treat him like, that's dad. You more so treat him like, that's grandpa that kind of reinvented himself. Baby, grandpa still got it, which I respect that. Goku, he's changed my life in so much. The principle of just how he moves, and at the end of the day, still being able to be childlike, but when it comes time to protect his family, he ain't childish, and I respect that, and I love that. I admire that. That's one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball and about Goku. But going back into the whole big three, now One Piece is kind of that way with this generation of manga and the manga, because One Piece, we know internationally, One Piece, it didn't really pop. Naruto beat One Piece outside. It's just that it's so huge inside of Japan that Naruto couldn't touch it. But outside of Japan, they both admitted, or I believe it was Oda, Eiichiro Oda, creator of One Piece, he admitted that Naruto beat him outside of Japan, and he wishes he could have done something about that. But going back into it, One Piece is now with My Hero Academia and Black Clover. It's pretty much in the middle of it in a new generation. So that is, in my opinion, what the new big three is in a sense, because now we have generations crossing over, and we didn't have that before, but now we're in a new era. Thank you, Trey Golds. I appreciate your donation. Can I get an anime and manga for life, boy? One time for the one time, bro. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. But yeah, this conversation, it's interesting because I think this goes into a lot of different things. If you look at it now, we're in a new generation where nostalgia is one of the biggest things. Everything is about feeling nostalgic and remembering. So a lot of the time, Shonen Jump is going to throw those things in there. We will see more. Like when Samurai 8, the new series from Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, comes out, he'll probably do a Naruto special thing, a special chapter or a special episode we'll get to promote it. Also, it'll promote Boruto. So we'll get things like that. And One Piece is kind of holding that whole fort right now, because if you think about it, One Piece, they can't let that go anyway for a while until they get another thing that is consistently selling like that. It ain't gonna happen. One Piece is the Simpsons right there. So One Piece still a juggernaut. You cannot ignore it. It's a battle shonen. But again, it's like Dragon Ball was. to that generation. And there's something else here that I wanted to talk about, a big thing, right? And that's that. Hold on, I got some notes here. We're gonna go to the notes, baby, because we ain't forgetting this. Where's my notes? Oh, here we go. Okay. One of the things is we're going through some sort of growing pains as well. Because when Naruto first came out, or early on at the very least, I remember when Naruto hit the West. One of the big things that people said about Naruto, myself included, being ignorant to the series, I wasn't really like, hey, this is anime and manga, is from the same magazine, was everybody's like, yo, get him out of here. Why is he wearing an orange jumpsuit? He's trying to be like Goku. This is lame. This is corny. They said that. I'm sure some people out there can remember Naruto got slammed for wearing that orange jumpsuit and being similar and having that go-getter attitude. You know what I mean? Naruto was like, yo, it got bashed. And then Bleach, I remember one of the big things everybody told me when I started getting into it was that it was like Yu Yu Hakusho in the beginning. And then you go to where Bleach actually had a downfall. And again, I have a big video that I'm working on. I already filmed it. I just need to edit it up. Bleach had a downfall when the Fullbring arc tried to do that whole kind of like, yo, we're starting from the beginning again. Because I remember, again, that's where the accusations of, yo, this is straight up the Shinobu Sensui arc, the Chapter Black arc. So, these series are going through those growing pains now. People to this day still say, My Hero is similar to this, Black Clover similar to that. In fact, one of the latest Black Clover chapters was hella similar to something from Naruto. So you're going to have those growing pains. It seems as though aesthetically they tried to change and decode what we previously had, where, okay, Deku now has the opposite hair color. So his hair is like a darkish green, looks kind of black to some people. Obviously, it is green. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Deku's hair is black. I'm saying that is kind of inverting it, while Bakugo, the rival, has blonde hair. Naruto and Sasuke type of deal. Same thing with Black Clover. They just kind of changed up the aesthetics, but the internal is where they got the inspiration. Where Naruto got the aesthetics inspired from Dragon Ball. Internally, Naruto is a pretty different story than Dragon Ball. I mean, it's a shonen or whatever, but it's not of the same breed. You know what I mean? Let me check what's going on in the chat. What's up with everybody? Thank you to all the new viewers. We're talking right now in particular about the big three. What is the big three right now? Is it My Hero Academia, and Black Clover and One Piece? Like I'm saying, a lot of people have their opinions. Things is really getting interesting because, to be honest with you, I love seeing what people think is the big three, because honestly, that's their opinion and their view of what they see as the popularity right now. What they see, or maybe they just looking at it in a quality term. A lot of people keep telling me about Shield Hero. Shield Hero is something that I need to put on my radar along with Dororo or Dororo. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Shield Hero. As a matter of fact, I gotta make sure. Shield Hero. Yeah, do y'all want me to like catch up on Shield Hero? I'll talk about that because a lot of people have been saying that. Just saying. Dororo, yeah, I'm gonna talk. I might have something a little bit more interesting than just doing like one video on Dororo. I might do something else, but we'll wait and see. But so far, like, yeah, people saying Shield Hero. Why manga outside of Shonen Jump like Full Metal Beat? You see, and that's the thing again. Why I say big three is all basically. How can I say this? Big three is a Shonen Jump term, and it always just stuck within that, because we had series like Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is, oh, excuse me, sorry, I apologize. Full Metal Alchemist is huge, legendary series, but it never got lumped in with like some, big trio, of like, hey, that's the big nothing. Full Metal Alchemist didn't get that. Fairy Tail, again, tried really hard, but Fairy Tail was just like on the side. So big three, if there's going to be a big three, even though like you may think Attack on Titan is rocking it, we're in a new era where, and I've said this before, there's a lot of popular series because anime and manga in general has expanded. Big three was rewarded as a name to those series because it was kind of dry. 10 years ago, anime and manga really wasn't rocking. I think it was 2006 where there was a massive decline. The physical distribution was going horrible. Because they were trying to sell us those 6-episode DVDs for like $40. All of that wild stuff. Like, whoa! And the internet started catching up. So there was a downtime right there. And it's just really crazy that the big three still, they won't let that title go. And I gotta say, if there is a big three in 2019, it has to go along with the criteria that has been set forth, being Shonen Jump, being action series, and big three right now. If there is one, it is Black Clover, My Hero, and One Piece being like this new game changer because Oda didn't put down the pen. If Toriyama didn't put down the pen, then maybe the old big three would have been Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Bleach. Maybe Naruto never would have got a shot because that orange jumpsuit. Maybe we would never got a Toriko. These are things that impacted and changed the future in a way of how shonen manga were perceived. These were game changer series. You know what I mean? To this day, there's still inspiration from Dragon Ball, but it's more so less present than it was the last generation, because now this generation, even though One Piece, and maybe it's because One Piece is still going, that we're not getting more series like One Piece coming in. All the inspiration that's coming in Shonen Jump I see is mainly from Naruto right now. Not every series, of course, I'm not saying, but from what I've seen and what I've covered, it's Naruto, very heavily inspired. Very interesting that there's not many Bleach-inspired things. And again, that's something that, and I hope a lot of people that are watching the stream eventually watch the Bleach video I got, because very interesting that you don't really see many Bleach series, even though Bleach, let's be honest with ourselves, Bleach, it was a massive series, and it was a part of the big three. And again, I don't want to go into it because I made a pretty awesome video that I'm working hard on. But anime has expanded, anime has changed. So we have now many series that can just be rewarded as, yo, that one pop, One Punch Man pop, Attack on Titan pop, Mob Psycho is getting, big hits, But if there's still a big three of Shonen Battle, and Shonen Battle isn't like as big as it once was, let's be honest too. All of these series, they still aren't as big as Naruto was in its heyday, or Bleach in its big eyes and everybody going crazy. No, they're not selling like manga was selling back then, and maybe that could be a decrease in viewership or whatever, or readership for Shonen Jump and manga in general, but it's the truth. I mean, One Piece, there's a reason why it's still around, because they need it. And the second that it starts really declining and people just aren't interested anymore, we'll get that, hey, you got 5 chapters. Don't mistake anything. If One Piece tomorrow started doing like 100,000 in volume sales, goodbye Oda. And that'll probably never happen. No, that won't happen. Let's be honest here. But again, it's just all an impact and all the growth and a change. And I think a lot of what I've been seeing lately has been a change in the magazine. We're seeing a change in the times. The people like me that we was fresh out of high school, or you're fresh out of college, or you're in college and you're reading these manga or whatever. They've grown a little bit now. A lot of people are busy. Older people can't read, so now they got a whole new readership, which is also why we're getting very heavily inspired stories. Very heavily inspired stories like, shit, I lost my train of thought again. But yeah, y'all know what I mean. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is freaking awesome, man. I got to get back into part 5. I was watching that shit. It was dope as hell. But yeah, I don't want to keep on dragging this one on, because after this one, we're going to talk about Black Clover 200. Black Clover 200 chapters, baby. And again, a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. But in essence, I'm going to ask one last time. If you had to fit that criteria of being in Shonen Jump and Shonen Battle, which series would you put as the big 3? That limits it down. There can't be Attack on Titans. There can't be anything like that. What would be your big 3 then? Let's check it out. Shout out to all the new viewers in here. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that comes through. Big 3 ended. None of this stuff. Well, since I'm looking, Zane Jamerson, thank you. Curious about your opinion on the new Yu Yu Hakusho OVA. I have not been able to see it yet. I know I'm disgusting for that. There's a lot of things I'm behind on. Magi and Tokyo Ghoul haunt me every day. Somebody says Promise Neverland. You're an average lord if you like Goblin Slayer. I only seen one episode of Goblin Slayer, and I remember it was just really like gratuitous. It just seemed like it was trying to like, hey, look, there's rape and goblins and like, I don't know. Black Clover is amazing, okay? Before we get into it, I'll tell you right now, Black Clover just did something very similar, inspired by Obito and all that stuff. Black Clover did it better. Black Clover did it way better. I'm being honest with you. I'm keeping it 100. Black Clover did it better. The way Asta approached that situation, the way Patri it Black Clover did it better. But yeah, just wanted to wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to say thank everybody that came through for the big 3 discussion. Honestly, it really at the end of the day doesn't matter what you think is a big 3 because this is all about us enjoying ourselves. Anime and manga, that's what we came to watch and read and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be a popularity contest, and that's just a superficial title at the end of the day. Enjoy what you enjoy, love what you love, read what you read, watch what you watch, and don't get so hung up on the titles, because even if you call these series a big 3, that doesn't mean that Black Clover is better than everything else. That just means that, hey, it's popular, so yeah, even though it's cool that cool series or dope series or a series in general that has some meaning to it and quality writing get rewarded as well. And yeah, in my opinion, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, and One Piece continuing is the big 3 as of 2019 for shonen anime and manga battle stuff anyway. But now, people, we are going to the Black Clover 200 chapters, baby. Yo, I honestly feel as though this whole chapter was metaphoric of the series' growth. The whole chapter was metaphoric of Yuki Tabata's growth. And the whole chapter was metaphoric of just in general changing and growing up. Again, what I said earlier, Black Clover, baby, it did it better than Naruto. I'm going to be honest with you. It did the Obito thing better because we didn't have the tug of war. I'm going to be honest with you. This chapter, the growth and change that it showed in some of... Just look at Asta, the way he does things. And I love it because Asta, again, the shonen trope, the we're gonna get it, baby, the Emma, the Naruto, the Goku, that Asta embodies that times 10. And there's humor with it and stuff like that. But, baby, Black Clover 200, dog. Like, let me start pulling up the notes. So, anybody, again, right now I won't be able to read the donations. You want to throw donations, I'll try and read them after the fact. But yeah, let's get into it. So let me get my notes. Okay, so for starters, Nozel, and I'm going to talk about this chapter more so and what I feel it represents and how it's kind of representing and mirroring messages in life. So Nozel ready to finish him off, ready to finish off the Dark Elf Pantry. I feel as though that's how any warrior and an adult from the previous generation would approach that situation. Also, again, it shows that Nozel, despite being good, despite being like, yo, I want to save people and all that stuff, Nozel is still, he wants to get the job done. Nozel ain't playing around. So definitely very interesting, again, representing the adults, the previous generation. Asta, which I know is, I hate saying Asta, but Asta, the audience, is what he represents. Like, wait, you can't kill him, whatever. Because when I was reading that, I was like, yeah, wait a minute. This is, you could even argue that that's the editorial staff saying, hey, you can't just kill him. We got to do something where, like, hey, he gets some redemption first and, things like that. Because at the end of the day, it's very clear that this was all straight up Naruto inspired. Unapologetic about it, though. And I feel as though that this chapter was representing a lot of those assets or aspects of basically what Black Clover's reputation has been and what it started out as and the mistakes that Tabata made. And maybe now Tabata has grown as a person. I feel as though this was showing that he knew that he did a lot of superficial things, that he started off just kind of being like, hey, I'm doing this arc and I'm doing it my way, and kind of, sort of, even though it seems he knows now, I think, that that was the wrong way to go. And this chapter shows that if any message at the end of this chapter, it was definitely that, let's keep going, baby. We're ready to work. We're ready to go. I messed up and I made my mistakes, and let's keep doing it. Maybe he sees a bit of himself in Patri. Maybe he felt a little bit confused on what to go, and or this is showing his a kind of change in direction. Maybe he wanted to just be like superficial and really cool, and now he's realizing that you got to be a little bit more than that. You got to give substance and story. Make people give a rat's ass about your series other than cool stuff, because I think that's also a sign of the times. We're now in a generation where people are fooled into thinking that quantity is the way to go, and you do need some quantity, I'm not gonna lie, but if you don't have quality, it's a wrap. And that's something that I learned personally as well. So I'm taking kind of and seeing what this series is. And that's why I love Black Clover so much, because I see so much of myself in it. right? I feel like it kind of represents me as well within it, and that's something that's priceless to me, and that's why I love this series. Honestly, that's why I say if you're watching this and you don't know if you should read Black Clover, at the very least read it. I don't want to say the anime because the anime is very off-putting. I could definitely see a lot of people not liking it, but the manga is really, really good, and 200 chapters. I know you're probably thinking, holy cow! Thank you, Demon Ruffin. Forgive me for that. I enjoy watching, even though your ups and downs. I'm still here watching and listening to you. Thank you for inspiring me to do better. Thank you, anime, manga for life, boy. Bang. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Stay blessed. Sorry, I just got surprised. I was like, whoa, that was really, really cool. Thank you very much. Because I'm new to this whole streaming thing. You know what I'm saying? It's new to me, and I rarely did it like that. So thank you. I appreciate you, and thank you again to all the new viewers coming in, talking about Black Clover chapter 200. Shit is getting spicy. Black Clover 200, baby. I ain't gonna lie. Woo. Black Clover, just read it, baby. Just read it. Why aren't you reading it? I know I sound like a little 3-year-old. I know. But anyway, there's something right here that we're about to talk about that I don't know if any of people that talk about Black Clover, I don't know. I'm not really too versed. There's only a few people I know that talk about Black Clover, like Hermsar and probably like 1 or 2 other people. But something I caught very, very big that I think, I don't know if anybody else has mentioned it yet. And that's looking at the panels of memories. The panels of memories says something very, very, very vital to Black Clover, and it's not necessarily a game changer because people have been talking about this, but I think it demonstrated it completely based on the arc, and that's the memories were in chronological order of from the very, distant past with the elves and all of that stuff, and then it was going towards, today when we see like the captains and all that stuff. It was going through all the memories. 2 of the memories in the early stuff, the earlier memories in the elves, there was 2 characters in there. Let me look at the picture again so I make sure I'm not blind. Am I? No, I'm not blind. I'm not. I took a screenshot of it just to double check. I'm not. It's the panel that says it's like his heart, his soul. Under it is a picture of what looks like Asta. Over it is a picture of what looks like Yuno. Probably that's Asta and Yuno's parents. Maybe that the mom is the one that looks like Yuno and the dad looks like Asta. Because again, I still believe that Asta and Yuno are both, brothers or whatever. They were sent there, whatever. But those memories, yeah. Mimosa's, his mom. Yeah. Wow. I'm seeing, but I gotta lie. That's something that I caught. I was like, wait a minute. Those are their character designs, but why are they in the early memories? And then Asta looks like, or what looks like Asta is wearing like a robe or garb. And then, I'm sorry. Yuno is wearing what looks like this big old cape thingy or something like that. And then Asta, and those are the earlier memories. There's a lot of different things here. There's a lot of detail in this 200 chapter that you can get, but definitely we're seeing more and more of the origin of Asta and Yuno, and that I honestly believe they're brothers. They're probably twin brothers, but they're not identical twins. They're fraternal twins, something like that. And that's probably something to do with their heritage. Again, probably their father was the first magic emperor or one of the magic emperors, and their mother was somebody else, maybe an evil villain at some given point. Maybe maybe their mother was part of the demons, maybe the devils, something along the lines of that. I looked at that, it blew my mind. I'm like, wow, bro, Black Clover 200, baby, Black Clover, dog. I gotta lie. I missed, people that follow me for a long time, y'all know that I was a Magi guy. I love Magi. Magi gave me this really dope and intellectual feeling. I named my daughter, my flesh and blood, after the main female protagonist, Morgiana, okay? So that was my thing. Now it's that Black Clover greatness, baby. Black Clover has taken what Magi left behind for me. Thank you, Gen 97 Gamer. Real recognize real. I appreciate that one. Thank you. I just had to point that out. But my daughter's my twin, baby. I love my daughter so much. You don't even know. Like, that's my family is everything to me. My woman and my daughter and my mother and my nieces and nephew. I will do anything for them. So any chance I get to just shout out how much family is important. Family is so freaking important. You learn that over time. Family really can ground you, and yeah. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the end of Manga and Tokyo Ghoul at some given point. Please just give me time. I've been having trouble just catching up to My Hero Academia. That's why there's no review today. I was going to do a review, but then I had like, you know what? Why don't I just talk about this big discussion everybody been having about the generations of big three and what is the big three now? You know what I'm saying? So I figured why not? And Fornever Friday episode 3, baby. Okay. So here we are. Back to the chapter, baby. So something early or not something early on, forgive me, something that was said is the price for every deed must always be paid. Burn that deep into your heart. That's definitely resentment and regret. This was all basically emotions, and again, this was about change and growing. Maybe Tabata saw a friend or somebody he knew, or he himself in the fake lit Pantry. And Pantry, you can see, this is why I say it was done better than Naruto, because Naruto, Obito had to get dragged to it. So it almost felt like Obito didn't learn his lesson. He had to get dragged into it. While Pantry, Asa just had to say, yo, what up, bro? Yo, what's good, dog? Like, yo, you did that to the Magic Emperor? Word? All right, you're going to have to pay for it, bro. Like, very simplistic. And Pantry just was like, yo, okay. Naruto had to still go in there. He had to get like 50,000 people to drag it out of his ass. Like, come on, bro. And that's why Obito got hated on. At the time, I couldn't see it. But it wasn't change. It didn't feel like genuine change because Obito had to get dragged into it. And in order to really change, you got to do it yourself. So Pantry already recognizing what was wrong and how he was duped and it was all BS. And then being like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? That's why Black Clover did it better. William Vengeance, Pantry, the fake lit, better than fake Madara, Obito, Tobito, you know, Choji. Okay. Let's see. What else? The sword. Okay. We find out, of course, well, not that we find out, the sword could turn him back. Yuno points it out. And that's kind of showing Yuno's character. This is really showcasing a little bit more. If we have a long way to go, we might not even see another glimpse of Asta and Yuno's potential parents for a while. And honestly, this chapter just blew my mind again, where 2 panels of maybe these are their parents, or maybe Asta and Yuno are reincarnations of those people, but there's also different type of reincarnation besides the elves. Maybe the humans can get reincarnated too. I don't freaking know. It's freaking crazy. I don't know. And then in the end, of course, the redemption. The part where, you know, in Naruto, Obito got up and is like, I'm ready to fight back. Even though he had to get battered and bruised, and Obito looked like just a sludge monster by the end. Like, yo, Tsunade, I'll help out, bro. Like, yo, Sakura, I'll help. Where's Sasuke? Like, yo, nah. Pantry stands up looking beast as ever. The fake lit here, no longer fake lit. He got kind of lit, but he ain't lit. We'll probably see lit later, and there'll be a big revelation. Maybe lit is their father or something. I don't know. There's so much crazy shit, but great twist right there. The way they did that twist, inspired heavily by Naruto, no questions asked. I think it did it unapologetically and did it better. And that's not to slight Naruto. Naruto is an incredible series. We wouldn't have Black Clover without Naruto. So you got to put that at the forefront, baby. But man, Tabata basically said 200 chapters. Thank you for allowing me to live this dream up until this point. Let's keep going. Hopefully the anime gets reviewed or renewed for another 50 episodes, because we're already what we're at in the 70s or something like that. I gotta catch up. I know 70s or 80s. But yeah, we're getting close to that 101 mark, and hopefully it gets renewed again, because Black Clover is lit. Amazing series. My favorite series right now that I'm reading, and I'm reading quite a bit, and I'm catching up again on other stuff. Maybe when I catch up to My Hero, I might feel like, oh, but as of right now, what's been going on the past few, I want to say the past 8 to 10 chapters, Black Clover been for me just like blowing me away. One Piece is still building. Love One Piece. Greatness for, like, y'all already know One Piece. But yeah, and Boruto's been pretty interesting in Dragon Ball Super. But there's just something about Black Clover. It's a nostalgia trip, unapologetic, wrapped up with some cool new shit, and Asta being still like, it's like Naruto's still around for me. Even though I say that Black Clover is a new Bleach in terms of its position and jump, in terms of its position in a potential big 3, it's kind of like Naruto to me, and I love that, and I really respect and appreciate that. So definitely wanted to just kind of come through and talk about Black Clover chapter 200. You already know Fornever Fridays. This was episode 3 of Fornever Fridays, the big 3 plus Black Clover 200. Obviously, there was no One Piece this week, and no One Piece this week. I'm not caught up with My Hero. No Boruto to talk about. So discussion and that I want to keep consistent. I hope you guys have been appreciating my efforts. Obviously, the channel has been a little bit on a stagnant right now, but I'm giving it my all this time around. I kind of realized what's important, and what's important is kind of being around the people that really rock with you and being around the people that want the best for you. So shout out to everybody that does that for me, that sends me those well wishes. Really appreciate it. And yeah, this episode of Fornever Fridays, we're going to end it early. I normally go for an hour, but we don't got One Piece. And honestly, right now, I don't have anything prepared to talk about. Now, I don't want to just shoot off the cuff like, hey, I think Kaido's gonna, get his balls licked by Big Mom. And oh God, this is why sponsors be a little worried with me. It's cool, baby. It's cool. Yeah, understand it. It's just cartoons and comic books, mate. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Show up for Fornever Fridays, episode 3. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. Why do I be so aggressive? Like I'm just gonna strangle you. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, I want you to follow me more on Instagram, baby. I want to get my Instagram up. Come on. Instagram, Twitter, and please hit that bell. If you rock with me, you want to get the notifications. Y'all know how YouTube be. Please hit that bell to get the notifications for my videos. I think you got to get what you just read how it says something like, double tap to get all notifications. Because yeah, YouTube be wildin'. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Too bad I can't play some music right now. Bad. Wait, do I got anything? Hold on. I got Spotify, baby. By the way, I got a Spotify playlist. Follow it on whatchamacallit on yeah, let me link it real quick. I want to link this. This is something that I have 6 songs on it right now. I want to add more music to it. It's not just my music, by the way. I'm adding like wide variety so that people just kind of could listen to different things, listen to the things that maybe I'm listening to. Copy Spotify, copy playlist link. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big ass link. But yeah, if you would follow, if you have Spotify, I really love Spotify. I don't know why the hell is this link so freaking big. Let me see. Pause. Okay, yeah, that's the playlist, baby. We got it. Bam. If you would please follow that. I'll be adding other different artists. And also, if you make music, if you rap or whatever, shoot me a link on Twitter if you want to try and get your stuff on there. Honestly, I'll probably be having like 5 slots of like what I want to listen to, and then I'll mix into or not what I'm gonna put. Everything is gonna be of what I want to listen to, and then the last 2 will be probably like selections of like, okay, music that people submitted, and oh man, this one's dope and this one's dope. So please follow that. But yeah, have an awesome day, people. I'm out this time, I promise. Nah, stay blessed.